right, what's going on, everyone? So we got to talk about this pump in Baby Doge. As you can see, we are working our way up here through a new channel, and we are actually down a little bit today. As you can see, we are down 4.2%. So we're working our way up through this channel, and also you got to think about it. Like if Bitcoin continues to pump, obviously everything's going to continue to pump. If Baby Doge drops, everything could drop. Or I mean, if Bitcoin drops, then Baby Doge can drop. And also on top of that, we could also get some big news, maybe a big exchange listing. So that's why we're going to talk about this today, because anything at this point can happen and it can influence the way the charts look. At the moment, you can actually see we are in this channel, and we actually broke out of this channel down here, and that was a pretty good channel. We went through it to a T, broke out of it, did very good. And now we're kind of entering in a new channel, but this channel is not official yet until it bounces off this area. That would be 3 times that it's bounced off that bottom and top trend line. So it needs to bounce off this area, and then it needs to bounce off this area here. So that's pretty much what we need to do here. And we need to work our way through this channel, because if we don't at least bounce off the bottom trend line down here, then it is not a channel, and we need to come up with another scenario. Anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. That is financial advice. Let's get straight into it. So as you already seen here, we are inside of this channel, okay? This channel is very, very, very important. We have to get through here with flying colors, just like how we did here. We don't necessarily need to hit the top area 3 times, because what if we just hit the bottom here and right at the bottom of the channel, and then we end up breaking out, right? That's a possibility. It's a possibility that we could hit the bottom of that channel and break out. But remember, it's also contingent upon what Bitcoin does. Bitcoin must stay bullish. Bitcoin must continue to rise. Even if Bitcoin doesn't rise, everything else must continue to go up as well. Like the altcoin, the mini altcoin season, as we can call it, must continue to happen. We're having a miniature altcoin season, right? So this is pretty much all the altcoins are going up. Radium doing good, 13.1% in the last 48, or in the last 24 hours here. In the last 7 days, 48%. Like that's actually pretty good. And you can see a lot of the altcoins here are moving up a lot, but Bitcoin's kind of moving up slowly. So this could be the start of altcoin season. We may be inside of a miniature altcoin season, and this may be the only thing that we end up seeing of altcoin season. This may be the only altcoin season we see, because as you know, it's always different every single year. So this does look like the start of an altcoin season, but if Bitcoin crashes and brings everything down with it, then we might not be seeing altcoin season if it brings everything down. Now, if Bitcoin does crash and go all the way down, right, there's a possibility that that money can also flow into the altcoins, and that's what we're hoping for, right? We're hoping that the money can flow into altcoins like Baby Doge. As you can see, Ethereum, a lot of money flowing into Ethereum. Ethereum is actually up a lot. If you actually look at the last month here, 55.5% in Ethereum. So anyone that got in Ethereum last month is doing nice. But Ethereum is still down 10.9% for the year. So this is still not where we need to be here with stuff like Ethereum. But as in terms of everything else, it looks like we are inside of that miniature altcoin season, the beginning. So look at this. Bitcoin at 103K is pretty good. Now, when we kind of peaked out here, you can see Bitcoin went all the way up to about 104K. Remember, Bitcoin's all-time high is at 108K. So Bitcoin is very, very close to its all-time high. If Bitcoin passes its all-time high at 108K, you're going to end up seeing Bitcoin going up towards 119K. That's the next resistance for Bitcoin. I've been mentioning this for a while. So that's actually very, very, very important. And that's the next major resistance. There could be minor ones on the way up. But that's very important, because if Bitcoin breaks that all-time high, that's going to be the equivalent of Baby Doge bouncing off here and then getting up to like these areas close to up here, right? 8Z3. So if Bitcoin keeps making its way up to all-time highs, you're going to end up seeing Baby Doge going through this channel here. And there's a possibility that Baby Doge slowly but surely goes. There's also the possibility that it breaks completely and just goes crazy and just breaks out without doing the slow rise upwards. So that's also the possibility that we could be running into as well. Now, another thing that a lot of people really aren't thinking about here with Baby Doge is what are factors that could be dragging Baby Doge down? What are factors that could be keeping Baby Doge from pumping? I will show you those factors right here. So this is the Baby Doge dev wallet. Yes, I know everybody's probably sighing like, oh my God, what are they doing now with the dev wallet? Like, okay, this is what they're doing with the dev wallet, right? So the dev wallet had, I think it was like 8.7% or something like that, 8.75%. But yeah, the dev wallet has now went down in the percentage held, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. If you back out here, oh, now they got to make sure I'm human because I just might not be human. But anyways, this is the dev. This is where the dev wallet is sending coins to, right? So the dev wallet is taking and sending coins from this wallet here, which is the actual dev wallet, right? This wallet here that says UNCX, which is the Unicrypt, but it's pretty much the dev wallet. UNCX Network Security Token Vesting. This is the dev wallet, $67.2 million in there. 8.65% of all tokens are being held inside of this wallet, which is 36 quadrillion coins. As you can see here, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. They own 36 quadrillion baby Doge coins. So this is actually very important because if you come over here and you look at the dev wallet, you can see that there has been transactions going out for a very long time, right? They've been slowly but surely taking out coins. Now, this transaction all the way back here, this one that's all the way back here like 14 days ago, this went ahead and went towards burning, right? They burned some coins. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that. They burned coins, they took it out, they burned them, right? And I actually already have it pulled up. But this is the wallet that they used to burn baby Doge, right? When they're like, hit the like button on this post and we're gonna burn X amount of tokens for all the likes. Look, this wallet right here burned this much, right? That's million, billion, trillion. The dev wallet burned 11.1 trillion. Okay, not much money, but they burned it. They told people they're gonna do it, they did it. Now, more money started to flow outside of this wallet. So as you can see here, after that 14-day period where they were burning some, they moved a lot of money along with the money they burned. They didn't burn that much. They burned 11 trillion. But on that same very day, they first took out 74 billion, which wasn't much. And then they took out this million, billion, trillion, 370 trillion baby Doge, right? They burned 11 trillion, but they took out 370 trillion. So once they went ahead and by the way, guys, this is not me doing FUD. This is not fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I'm just literally showing you what they're doing. Like that's all. Like you take it how you want to see it. I'm gonna explain what I think they're doing with money after I go over this. I don't think I think they are selling and taking some for profit, but I also think they're doing something else with the money, which they kind of hinted towards inside of a tweet, and I'll show you guys that. But they're definitely taking some of the money for a payday because you got to think they're developers and Baby Doge is pretty much their job to develop and maintain this project. So they take money out. That's the way I'm looking at it because that's probably what I would do if I owned a project. I would be all right. Every single month, I'm taking out a salary of this much, right? I'm getting paid this much per month. I would pretty much do it like that if I was a dev. Like I'm not doing this for free. I'm taking out a salary of this much every single month, and I would let the people know, like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Every month, $10,000 is going in my pocket. It's not even that much if you think about it. Like when you think about $100+ million coin, like taking $10,000 out of my office, but they're not taking 10,000 out of my. I'm just saying, it looks like they're taking a little more. But anyways, look at this. Look at this right here. $224 million, or not $1,000,000, 224 trillion baby Doge went into this wallet right here, right? We're gonna call this wallet FF, or we're gonna call this wallet F228, and then 112 trillion went into FF28 also, and then 202 trillion, as you can see here, look, million, billion, trillion. This is 5 days ago. 202 trillion went into the FF28 wallet. And then also you can see another large amount of 158 trillion also went into the FF28 wallet 16 hours ago. And then 1 hour ago, they just took out 62.2 trillion baby Doge, or 60.2 trillion baby Doge. And that went into the 6F0 wallet. So we have multiple wallets. First, we're going to look at this other wallet here. This is the F228 wallet. So from this F228 wallet, this is what they're doing. They're sending the money to the F228 wallet, and then they're going ahead and sending it to the 73AA wallet. This is a different wallet here. This is the D6F0 wallet. So from the A0F3 wallet, yeah, they're sending it to a lot of wallets. Some would call it wash trading, but you can call it what you want. But yeah, some would call it wash trading. I'm not gonna 100% say it is, but look, when they send it to the this wallet here, the 6F0, they just now sent that an hour ago, and they just now sold out 60.2 trillion baby doge 1 hour ago. So at the current price, I'll show you guys what 60.2 trillion baby doge looks like. So this is 60 200 123 123 123. This is 60.2 trillion baby doge multiplied by 4 1 2 3 4 1 8 60, and this is how much they just now sold out for. All right, so they just now sold this much literally 1 hour ago. As I was preparing this video, they actually did this $112,000. So they just took out $112,000, just to give you kind of a perspective of how much this came out. And remember what I said before we started all this. Look, I said there's a possibility that we could be pumping, but there's things that could keep us from going as high as we should. This could be one of those things that when we're seeing like a bunch of money flowing out of Baby Doge, right? It could be one of those things. But also, this could be one of the things that causes Baby Doge to pump. Because if they take this money and they do it for, let's say, use it for an exchange listing or mass promotion, then that could, send the project skyrocketing. So you have to remember, like, you need large amounts of money like this for developing a project. You need large amounts of money like this for promotion, for exchange listings. You need this type of money. You can't do this for free. There has to be some money to push this up higher and higher. So when they're taking out money, remember, some of it could be using to further the project's gains and further the project inside of the market space. So you got to think about that. So yeah, they took out 60.2 trillion an hour ago. That's $112,000. And then this wallet right here, the F228 wallet, they then take the money and then they send it off to the 73AA wallet. Now the 73AA wallet is right here. So from the 73AA wallet, they then take the money and then they send it to the 6B6A wallet. This is the 6B6A wallet. The 6B6A wallet is used to sell into PancakeSwap liquidity. This is a lot of sales into PancakeSwap liquidity. So if you look at it, look, million, billion, and this is million, billion, trillion. This is another 1.5 trillion. So they're selling in the high billions and low trillions every single sell order, about every single minute of the day. Maybe 3 minutes out of every day. But yeah, they've been pushing a lot of money into the liquidity. They've been increasing the liquidity, sending back the coins to the liquidity wallet, trillions and billions every single day. They've been doing that every minute of the day. So as you can see, like there's a lot of transactions going into PancakeSwap liquidity from this wallet that the developers sent from the developer wallet. So they sent money from the developer wallet to this wallet. And when you see the money going into liquidity, they're not making money off this. You got to think about that. All this money going into PancakeSwap liquidity, they're not profiting off all this money. This money is going into liquidity, literally increasing the liquidity, right? So yes, they're selling it, but they're increasing the liquidity of the project. So this isn't necessarily a bad thing. This is just increasing the PancakeSwap liquidity, and they've been doing it consistently. So this right here isn't a bad thing. This is just them doing their thing with liquidity, all right? So you got to look at it as that as well. Like they're not dumping on you when they're sending to the liquidity wallet. They're literally just increasing liquidity, all right? So we got that out of the way. So they're increasing liquidity because the price is going up. So I guess if you say they're increasing liquidity as the price is trying to increase, it could be keeping us down a little bit more because it's just how things go. Like the coins are more scarce when you don't keep adding to liquidity, when everyone's holding their coins and then just not giving them up. The price becomes more scarce and there's more of a price impact when you try to buy from PancakeSwap liquidity when there's less money. That's how I believe it works. So that is one thing. But yeah, as you can see, that's pretty much what they're doing here. Again, the 73AA wallet is sending out to the 6B6A wallet. The 6B6A wallet is then sending to the PancakeSwap liquidity. And then you also see where they are taking out money and actually sending it to their to the Binance wallet. So they're actually selling. And I showed you that one as well. So there's also some other transactions here where they have sold, and I'll go ahead and pull that up for you guys. So there are transactions where they actually have sold and actually taken the money out. This is another one of those wallets, right, where they're taking some out and putting it into liquidity. So yeah, they're not necessarily dumping, but they are selling. And the real question is, what are they selling for? That's what we really got to ask ourselves. What are they selling for? Are they trying to, continue to develop the project, or are they selling for their own gains? That's the real question here. And I think that's what people really need to be focused on. But anyways, when you follow the money, you can always see where it's going. All you got to do is follow the money, and then you will know exactly what they're doing. Not necessarily what they're doing, but where they're sending the money, you'll end up knowing that. You won't know what they're doing with it, but you will know where they're sending it. So they wash it up pretty good. There's a few other transactions. I'm gonna go back here because it's a lot of sending to different wallets. It's a lot of washing of the money, but it's very very hard to follow it and stay on track when you're kind of doing it live like this. Like I'm just kind of showing you guys live exactly where all of this money is going. This money is going all over the place. This is one of the main wallets where the money is going. This is another wallet where the money is going. So again, I'm gonna show you guys again, and then you guys could do this yourself too. You guys could look at this and do the same exact thing yourself if you want, just so you can have an idea of where the money is going and whether or not you want to continue to stay in it as they're pulling money out. So you can make your own decision. Again, they do need some money to develop the project. I won't lie there. They definitely do need some of that money so they can keep developing. But how much of it do they really need? This is another transaction, well, multiple transactions that have been selling. This is where the dev wallet has been sending to. So right here, they took out million, billion, trillion. They took out 91.9 trillion here and sold it to Binance. They then took out 21.1 trillion, sold it to Binance. They then took out 189 trillion, sold it to Binance. Over here, they took out 96 trillion, sold it to Binance. Over here, they took out 12.9 or 124. Let's see, million, billion, trillion. Yeah, 124 trillion 26 hours ago. So they have been selling a lot. I won't lie. 102 trillion sold. 25.7 trillion sold. And this is 27 hours ago. This is 4 days ago right here. Million, billion, trillion. 24 trillion. 24 trillion. 4 days ago again. 99 trillion. 75 trillion 4 days ago. 25 trillion 4 days ago. 77 trillion 4 days ago. And just to kind of give you guys perspective, where was Baby Doge 4 days ago? I'll tell you where Baby Doge was 4 days ago. If you actually look back here, 4 days ago was the 10th. Baby Doge was pretty much peaking out up here, so they're like, okay, let's get this money while it's hot right now. So they took it out when it first started to peak. Waited a little bit, started to peak again. They start taking the money out again. So this is pretty much what's happening here. You guys make your own decision on that, but this is what I think it is. I think they're teasing something big that's about to come out. So they said Baby Doge is trending on crypto.com, yet isn't listed. The eyes, and then this. And then they go ahead and say, are you ready for June? This couldn't be any more obvious than they made it. They're more than likely about to get listed to crypto.com and probably other exchanges as well. And then plus them saying, are you ready for June? Think about it. They're saying, are you ready for June? And then before that, like literally right before that, like what is this? 9 minutes before that, they say Baby Doge is trending on crypto.com, yet isn't listed there. 9 minutes before that. And then 9 minutes later, they say, are you ready for June? Like, what does this mean? Like, obviously, this means something. And it's probably big. It's probably big. So I think we might be getting listed at crypto.com in June. I will tell you guys what I'm doing here to get ready for that. So there's a possibility we could be getting listed, or there's a possibility we're not. And also, like I said, what I think they were doing with all that money, you got to have liquidity for crypto.com, right? You got to send money to crypto.com so they can start off their wallet, right? They're not going to buy Baby Doge. You got to send them the money. This is what all exchanges do. You send those exchanges the money, they're not buying from you. Like, you're pretty much paying to get listed. You're sending them all the money for liquidity. And then when people buy from them, they get exchange fees. So that's how they are getting paid. That's how the exchanges are getting paid, through exchange fees. And another way you can find out early is to look through all of these and also first look through the transactions, because they might not buy enough to where you can see it in the holders yet, and it might just be in the transactions. but it should say like crypto.com wallet or something like that, right? You should be able to find it. If you search for wallets, you can also just type in crypto and see if crypto.com comes up in wallet. Well, if you type in crypto, actually everything is going to pop up. Let's type in crypto.com and see if that pops up. Okay. So maybe you can't type in the search bar. Like some projects it'll work where you can just type in on the search bar, but I guess Binance is not one of those that'll work if you just type in on the search bar. But mind you, if crypto.com buys in and gets in, they usually have like a top 10 to 20 wallet. So I'm not seeing any of that yet. So maybe they have not sent the money off crypto.com yet, if this is even happening. That's if it's even happening, by the way. And yeah, this is just what we're seeing now. So take it how you see it. Now, as I continue to scroll, I'm still looking for a crypto.com wallet or some type of exchange that we have not seen yet, like Kraken, somewhere amongst those exchanges there. So not seeing anything for crypto.com whatsoever, just kind of going through. So yeah, this is pretty much how you would find that out early. So obviously crypto.com is not going to only own $18,000 or $15,000 in baby doge. So there's really no point of looking at all the rest of them. So I'm gonna stop here at the 10th page, because like maybe when they first start out and they first buy, they'll have a little bit like that, but over time they definitely would not only have that much if they were going to start out and pretty much list baby doge. And then you can also look through transfers to see if any money is going from a wallet to crypto.com. So you can also do that. Look at the two wallets going to see if any money is going to like crypto.com or Kraken or anything like Coinbase or anything like that. So you could also do it that way as well. So that's just for you guys that want to do your own research and look for it. I'll definitely keep my eyes out, but like as I said, I haven't not seen anything happen yet for money going into a exchange wallet like crypto.com. They took money out, but we have not seen money go into any exchange liquidity wallets yet, or at least that I have been able to see. I haven't found any of those wallets yet. So I will definitely keep you guys updated on that, because at this point we don't know. And also another way that they could be getting the money off to crypto.com. This is just another just to kind of throw it out there. We have multiple areas for this to go, right? They can send it to the Ethereum side of things, which they probably would not. And they could also do Solana side of things or Ton. So because remember we're listed on, we're bridged to all these different chains, right? So you can also check here to see if other things are happening. Now look at this. Money going from there to Coinbase fees. All right. So Coinbase doesn't list any Binance projects. They don't mess with Binance. Coinbase does not mess with Binance projects. Now, they also don't even have Binance listed. But notice the first wallet that we looked at when we came here says Coinbase fees. We might be getting a Coinbase listing. And look, this is recently. A bunch of money has been being sent to Coinbase fees. I don't know what this means. I don't know if this is actually Coinbase wallet, but it says Coinbase fees. So this could be a possibility as well. And another way you can try it or test it out is go over here and then look at the wallet and see what else they're holding and see if it's equivalent to what Coinbase is holding and what Coinbase does. These are a lot of random coins, so I don't know if this is the actual Coinbase wallet, but it does say Coinbase fees. So yeah, let's you can take it for how you want, but yeah, this is a Coinbase fees wallet as it says. So this is another way that you can do things. You can just go ahead and look through the Ethereum side of things as well. So let's go through that. This is the Coinbase fees wallet, number 46. And I'm not seeing anything for crypto.com on the Ethereum chain Explorer either. So that means it's probably not going to be there. And yeah, they're not going to only get $3,000 worth. And mind you, the Coinbase wallet that we just now looked at only had 15,000. Oh, there it is, crypto.com. Okay, so I think this is the confirmation that we might be getting a crypto.com listing. So boom, there we go. Live on here. I didn't even look this up before this video. That's why I'm like searching through it and showing you guys my process. my process of doing due diligence. Coinbase listing confirmed. All right, or possibly confirmed, because they haven't. Look, they've been using this wallet for Baby Doge since 238 days. Right, the money was sent from Gate.io to Crypto.com's wallet, so they don't have that much in there. They only have 3,400. So that it might be the same thing with the Binance wallet too. Because remember, I did not go all the way through all of them for Binance. So let's go ahead here and click on coin. Yep, this is the Crypto.com official wallet. This is official wallet for Crypto.com, and I'll tell you why. $452 million. 400. Let me say that again. $452 million. 401 tokens. Chronos. 101 million of that is Chronos. And this is for the Ethereum wallet on Crypto.com. So we have officially found Crypto.com's wallet, and they are purchasing Baby Doge. It is official. So you also want to see, where is the Crypto.com wallet sending the Baby Doge? Like, where are they getting it from? Where are they sending it from? Well, you know, they got some 238 days ago from Gate.io, and we know they just now sent some to this wallet. They might be starting a new wallet as well. So we can also take that into account. Okay, so they sent it to this wallet, and then they sent it to Binance's wallet. Okay, so that's new, but hey, at least we know what's going on with it. Some also came out of this wallet and went to Crypto.com's wallet as well. This came from MetaMask, so they're probably testing it out, getting it from MetaMask Liquidity. Let's go to this wallet and this wallet. These are Ethereum transactions, by the way. Same Binance. Let's go ahead and refresh this. And Crypto.com, okay, came from this wallet. This is probably the same wallet that they're just sending it between wallets here. Okay, so look, at least now we know that Coinbase has a Baby Doge wallet and Crypto.com has a Baby Doge wallet. So we know those two different projects, those two different exchanges have Baby Doge wallets. So that's good. That's good. Now, back to Binance. They might have a smaller wallet in Binance. I didn't want to keep going, but I guess we can keep going to see if they have a very small wallet somewhere in here. But yeah, like I said, they could be using that money for anything, and it looks like they might be using it for Crypto.com's liquidity. So you definitely got to look at it from that perspective. This is how it works in crypto. They got to have money for liquidity for exchanges. Developers got to get a payday. Like, everybody's got to get paid. There's got to be money going all over the place, right? Everybody needs a payday. I don't think this is Crypto.com. So that's probably not it. So yeah, this is probably all the Binance transactions I'll look at. So enough of this. KuCoin wallet. They have a KuCoin wallet this deep into the wallet transactions. At the page 20, I'm gonna back out of this because no need to look at all these. All right. So yeah, we don't see any of them here for Baby Doge on Binance Smart Chain for Crypto.com. Let's look at Solana now. Solana is another big chain as well. So if they're going to get it, they might do it on Solana as well. So let's just go ahead and scroll through here. Okay, so yeah, not seeing anything for Crypto.com. Yeah, so there's not. Okay. And also Ton, but I'm not going to look at that. We're not going to do all that. But yeah, you can see there's no Crypto.com wallet that you can see here, but there is on Ethereum as well as the Coinbase wallet on Ethereum. So we could be getting a Crypto.com exchange possibly inside of June, and a Coinbase exchange possibly inside of June. Again, remember, it's because they did post this. They said, "Are you ready for June?" 9 minutes before or 9 minutes after they posted this, which is Baby Doge is trending on Crypto.com yet, isn't listed on Crypto.com. So this could be big. I think we're gonna be getting something big here inside of Baby Doge. So I would definitely say stay ready, stay prepared. Don't blink. You might miss it. And again, this channel that we've been talking about right here. Let's go over there. So look, this channel right here I've been talking about, it definitely looks like we're going to be going down. You can see on the MACD here, it's curved. We're getting selling candlesticks coming in. It's curved downwards a little bit. We might be hitting this trend line right here for Baby Doge. And we might be going through this channel. It's a possibility, but it's not 100% sure right now. It's not 100% definite that we're going to be going through this channel. What I would say would be nice is if before June comes, we can see Bitcoin crash, pulling everything down, and then we see us going down here to like 1250 or something, and that would give you guys an opportunity to buy in at 1250. But is it really going to happen that way? Probably not. But if you guys do see this pulling back down before June, and you see prices up at least 1500, because 1500 is a good strong support here. You can see it's been strong resistance and support. It was support right there. It was resistance right there. Resistance right there. You can see resistance here, and it was used as support here. Used as support here. Used as support here. And then you can scroll back further, and you can see it was resistance. And then it was support, and then resistance right after that support. Support here, resistance here. So you can see that 1500 is a very significant level for Baby Doge. So if we are to pull back and we do stop at 1500, this would probably be a good area to load up at. And if it goes down any more, let's say to 1300 or 1250, that would be the best area, honestly, 1250. Then you could load up more in those areas. But is it going to do that? Highly unlikely. Very unlikely, especially if Bitcoin continues to rise, that it's more unlikely. But yeah, this is all I got for y'all today. I just kind of wanted to bring this to your attention because we could be seeing some nice pumps. Now, actually, before we close it out, the one thing I did not mention is how high we could get if we get listed to crypto.com. First things first, they said June. If you look over here, the top of this channel is what? In June. The top of this channel is around June 1st and all the way up to like June 15th. So if we think about it, let's say we just keep trending upwards and Bitcoin continues to go up all the way until June, and we just keep trending upwards like this. That means somewhere around this area, we could be getting listed to crypto.com or Coinbase, possibly, right? Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But if we possibly get listed here, then we could end up seeing us going back up to 8Z5 and possibly back up to our previous all-time highs, all the way up here at 8Z68. So there's a possibility that it could go up to new the previous all-time highs just based off those listings, and then possibly even creating new all-time highs. So I would definitely watch out for that. But remember, this is all pure speculation. Remember, crypto.com had that wallet in Baby Doge for 238 days, and they have not listed Baby Doge. Remember, they've had that wallet for 238 days. And then the Ethereum wallet, they've had that for a minute too. So you got to remember, or the Coinbase wallet on Ethereum, they've had that for a minute too. So remember that. This isn't new. Like, they've been had these wallets, but with the two posts that they just now posted, that definitely seems like they're kind of teasing it. So that's what I'm going with. Right? This is all I got for y'all today. Hit the like button and subscribe. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. And as always, I'll be back with another video.